Good morning. Thank you for joining us for our virtual annual meeting. I'm James Tannenberger, South Central Indiana REMC's President and CEO. This year marks our 85th anniversary as a rural electric cooperative. Over the decades, we've navigated many changes, from expanding services to evolving our operations, all with the goal of becoming more reliable for you, our members. Our core mission has always been simple: to improve the lives of our members. We have been committed to this mission and will continue for many years to come. Now, let me introduce our Chairman of the Board, Bruce Hamlin. He will officially call the meeting to order.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for the 85th Annual Members Meeting. At this time, I call the meeting to order and will deliver the invocation. Gracious Lord, you have entrusted the task of governing this organization to us. Please guide us in our service and guide our hearts as we make decisions today. We offer ourselves to you today and give you this business, our members, and our workforce to your gracious will. Today, we seek clarity in our thinking and understanding in our hearts to listen to one another. In voting, give us wisdom and integrity. Above all else, we seek your will to be done in our lives. This I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. At this time, I would like members, staff, and directors to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to recognize and thank all military veterans, first responders, healthcare workers, and educators and law enforcement. Thank you for your service. I'm going to turn it over to South Central Indiana REMC attorney Michael Schultz to provide the official notice of this meeting and mailing certificate.
Good morning. We have 4,958 votes from members, which constitutes the quorum necessary to conduct business. In accordance with the cooperative's bylaws, the Secretary has certified that an official notice of this annual meeting was deposited and mailed by first-class mail to 29,891 members on August 30th, 2024. Bruce?
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Members of the cooperative were asked to approve the minutes of the 2023 annual meeting on the online and mail-in ballot. A majority vote to approve the minutes was received and recorded by the September 25th deadline. The minutes stand approved by the membership. At the end of the meeting, we will be listing the winners of the $100 bill credit drawing on the annual meeting page on our website, sciremc.com. All members who voted in this year's director election by the deadline were entered. I want to thank James and his team for their work and accomplishments over the last year. James will now provide a business update.
Thank you, Bruce. Electric cooperatives were formed by local farmers and neighbors who came together with the mission of providing much-needed electricity to rural areas. However, the purpose of that mission was about more than just electricity. It was about improving the lives and economy in their local communities. South Central Indiana REMC was dedicated to serving the best interests of our local membership then, and it remains our focus today. Over the past 85 years, South Central Indiana REMC has continually adapted to emerging technologies and new strategies to enhance and maintain our reliability. We are actively pursuing grants for reliability and outage restoration, with $25 million currently in applications. Given the unique challenges posed by our forested area, we believe this effort is essential. One of our key initiatives is partnering with Hoosier Energy, our energy supplier, to construct additional transmission lines within our territory. These projects aim to improve reliability for our members. Additionally, we're working through SCI Fiber to create a system that allows us to tie lines together and re-energize them from another source, enhancing our ability to backfeed power during outages. Our mission is to think creatively and develop new ways to manage rates in an increasingly fast-paced and uncertain world. Diversifying revenue streams is one strategy to ensure stable, reliable power and consistent rates, especially in light of rising wholesale power costs, which have seen significant increases over the past 2 years, unlike anything we've experienced in the last 30 years. Through SCI Fiber, we are connecting our community, state, and nation, opening doors to future opportunities that will help us improve services for our members and maintain rate stability. We're proud to say that we have hit the milestone of serving over 10,000 SCI Fiber subscribers, actually about 11,500 to date. This year's annual meeting theme, People, Power, Progress, reflects our deep connection to the community. SCI was founded by people of this community and is operated by those same people. Our operations are guided by the cooperative principles, which shape how we serve our members. One such principle, concern for community, directs us to focus on member needs while contributing to the sustainable development of our community. A prime example of this is our Operation Roundup program, through which we have donated over $4 million to local organizations, churches, and schools. When members round up their bills, the extra cents go into a community fund, which is then distributed as grants to local nonprofits working on projects that benefit the community. Another cooperative principle we prioritize is education, training, and information. We offer our members opportunities to learn and grow, helping them play an active role in our cooperative success. Additionally, we work to inform our community, particularly young people and leaders, about the value of cooperation. One way we do this is by sponsoring local students to attend camps and trips to Washington, D.C. each year. Locally, SCI REMC provides educational opportunities by hosting a one-day camp for elementary school students and offering live electric line demonstrations at schools, organizations, and community events. This year, SCI has made significant strides internally by focusing on improving efficiency while maintaining safety. Our top priority is safety, which is why we ensure we're fully prepared and equipped to handle emergency situations. In our vegetation management department, for example, we've invested in grappling trucks, which enhance safety by reducing the dangerous working conditions our crews would otherwise have to be in. Additionally, we've embraced technology like drones, allowing us to quickly assess damage to power lines and survey the terrain. This innovation speeds up the storm restoration process while protecting our employees from things not visible from the ground or bucket trucks. It is through these efforts, programs, and services that we remain focused on what is best for our local community, which is you, the member consumers. We are a cooperative established by you and for you to improve the quality of life here in Indiana. For that, we can all be proud. Thank you. Next, we'd like to take some time to answer some questions that we received from our members. First question, what is the status of the SCI Fiber build? We embarked on the fiber build in reality in July of 2018, first started construction. We are now mostly complete, materially complete on the project, and we have currently 11,500 members or so served. We're continuing to go back and hook up members who maybe didn't know about it right away or who are new to the area, getting them hooked up. The other thing that we're doing now is we're utilizing that fiber system that we've installed, which has created a world-class communication system across our electric network, something we never had before. Because of the forest and vegetation that we have, communication modes that have come up over the years, radio and some things like that, have not worked very well for us. So this is a huge leap forward for us from an electric control perspective. So basically what we're able to do now is remotely control devices around our system to open and close lines, to be able to quickly restore outages or minimize outages before we ever roll a lineman to the site. Whereas in the past, we may have had to have a lineman there manually opening or closing a site. So part of the reason why we did the fiber project was to make sure we brought broadband to the rural areas where no one else was going to do it for our members. We wanted to provide that service. But in doing that, we also created this world-class communication system that I talked about. It's going to make us a better electric cooperative. Question number 2. How has SCI REMC improved its reliability over the last year? Well, the last year has been part of a 5-year program that we've been working on to improve reliability. Over the last 5 years, we've put about $30 million worth of electric lines underground. And that's a big deal for our system because we have about 70% forest. We're the only electric cooperative in the state that has 70% forest. We spend about $5 million a year trimming trees. But the thing that gets us are the trees that are outside our easement because we can't cut those unless we have property owner permission. And so when we see a tree that's dead or dying, that's a problem, we often ask to cut those. But our biggest concern during storms and things like that is these trees from outside the right-of-way falling on our lines. So the best way to make things better from a reliability perspective is to simply put the lines underground. So we considered putting lines underground, and we've looked at the cost of that over this last year. It's about a $700 million project to put all of our lines underground. So not likely going to do that as we try to manage rates and keep rates stable for our members. We have to balance things. So we are looking to put all new lines underground. That's what we've been doing. Every new line that we've installed over the last 5 years has been put underground. So there is a financial justification for putting new stuff underground when it's new. There isn't a great financial justification for taking existing lines that are perfectly healthy and putting them underground. So we have to be very measured in how we put things underground. So we're going after grants. Got about $22 million in grants, $25 million in grants that we've applied for, and it's to do just that. It's to take our worst performing areas, put them underground. We recently got a $2 million grant to go to some of the homes that we're not necessarily fixing a high volume outage, but we've always got these homes that are at the end of our outages, and it may only be 1 to 10 homes, but because it's such a small number, they tend to be the last ones restored. This $2 million that we received recently is to go try to address those one-off small outages that end up being out a long time. So not only are we trying to address the bulk outages to improve our overall reliability, we also recognize some of our members are out for an extended period of time, multiple times during the course of years, and we're going to put those underground now to try to correct that. Question number 3. What is SCI doing to ensure a secure future for its members through the services they are providing? So as you know, SCI embarked on a fiber to the home project about 6 years ago, and we're at the tail end of that. So that was pretty important to make sure that our businesses, our schools, and our homes had the ability to access the world like everyone else. We're there. We have that technology out there. People are able to utilize it. Now we're leveraging that technology to make us a better electric provider, right? To improve the service we provide from an electric perspective. We're also taking that fiber network and tying it to the other fiber networks that have been built in our state and our region to create a regional fiber network that we can now use to leverage to diversify our income. So now SCI REMC can do things like get cell towers. Because we're part of a larger entity, now cell towers are interested in actually using our fiber service to backhaul data back to their main headquarters. So that's creating a way for us to diversify our revenue stream, to be able to push some additional revenues into SCI REMC with the intention of being a better electric cooperative. So we're taking technologies and providing new services to our members, but also then leveraging those assets to do things that diversify our revenue stream so that we can be a better cooperative. There are many things we would love to do as an electric cooperative, but we want to make sure we keep rates stable. We want to get to a very strong financial place before we start to offer some of those other services. We'd love to do things like helping our community start new businesses by creating a place where people can go and have an office space. We'd love to do things like that. The more we become financially strong and the more we're able to manage our rates, the more we're able to diversify our income, the more we'll be able to do things like that to help our community. Question number 4. SCI REMC bills seem higher than other REMCs and energy providers in Indiana, and I was wondering if there is any regulatory oversight in place. Thank you. Yes, there is regulatory oversight in place. So SCI REMC is governed by a 9-member board of directors, and each of those directors are members of the electric cooperative. And they come from the 9 territories that make up, the 9 districts that make up SCI REMC. So each director represents their district and they represent the members in their district. Because they are members, they have the responsibility of making decisions that are in the best interest of the other members in their district. So that allows electric cooperatives to be self-governed. And it's recognized by the state and the nation as a successful way of running a business. So that's why electric cooperatives are not part of the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, is because we have this self-governance. So why have our rates been higher than others possibly? Well, we had 70% forest in our territory, so we spend a lot of money on vegetation management. However, we're not letting the challenges that we have, rough terrain, we've had some bad weather, we've had some storms, we've had a lot of cost in restoring our system over the last few years. We're not letting those things be an excuse. What we're doing instead is leveraging a bunch of the things that I told you about earlier to improve technology, to improve the services that we provide, and leverage the assets that we've put in place to push more and more diverse revenue streams into SCI REMC to make us a better electric cooperative. And our goal in doing that is to have those other revenue streams, push them in to help the electric cooperative be a better electric cooperative. So we're doing those things now. We were in really good shape from a rates perspective. We went 10 years without a rate increase, and we were on a path to go another 10 years without a rate increase. What happened nationally and globally was an increase in wholesale power costs. You all know we had an energy crisis in recent years, and that energy crisis meant that wholesale power went up. Wholesale power is what we pay for and to get the power to then provide it to you. So we're paying more for that. Everyone's paying more for that. So that's the reason for the rate increase that we had to do this last year. So we were on a path to not do any rate increases. Wholesale power costs went up. Everyone's had to adjust. The investor owns, the cooperatives, they've all had to raise their rates to make up for that. But what we're planning to do is leverage all those things that we've already done to work our way back and to improve and stabilize our rates during the coming years. Thank you. So that's all I have for questions. We're going to give it back to Bruce now.
With no unfinished business or any new business to report, we will continue with the director election results. One of the ways you can participate as a cooperative member is by voting for your representatives each year. I want to thank the director candidates for running for election this year. Your willingness to serve your cooperative is appreciated. Now let's get to the results. I'm going to turn it over to South Central Indiana REMC attorney, Michael Schultz, to report the election results.
For the 2024 SCI REMC election process, Survey and Ballot Services received and counted all ballots. There were a total of 3,463 online votes and 1,495 mail-in votes. Now for the election results. Your elected board of directors are in District 3, Brad Shields, in District 4, Lisa Prosser, and in District 8, Don Renner. Bruce will now introduce your SCI REMC Board of Directors.
The South Central Indiana REMC Board of Directors is proud to serve as your voice. We are dedicated to maintaining high standards of safety, reliability, and efficiency. We strive to be forward-thinking, responsible, and make decisions that best serve the membership. We appreciate the opportunity to serve you. The members of the Board of Directors by district are District 1, Mark Smith. District 2, Jerry Pfeiffer. District 3, Brad Shields. District 4, Lisa Prosser. District 5, Rex Franklin. District 6, Kenneth Sebastian. District 7, Bruce Hamlin. District 8, Don Renner. District 9, Mike Whitty. 1,000 members that voted online and 500 members that mailed their ballot will be randomly selected to receive a $15 bill credit on their October bill. We will post the winners of the $50, $100 bill credit prizes on sciremc.com following the meeting. This concludes our meeting activities. thank you for viewing and celebrating 85 years of rural cooperative electricity and 5 years of fiber. As a reminder, all annual meeting information will be available on our website, sciremc.com. The meeting is adjourned. Have a great, wonderful day.